Chapter 2 The Rescue. Zeno woke to unfamiliar voices and a deep ache across his chest. Every breath was a struggle. He's coming around. A woman's voice, warm, commanding. Three figures resolved from the blur. An older, scarred man cleaned medical tools. A young man with sharp eyes. A striking woman whose smile inspired trust. Where? Zeno's voice cracked. Safe house, about a day's ride from your home, the old man said. We got to you just in time. Another few minutes, and you'd have bled out. The memories surged back, crashing through him with unbearable force. His mother's death, Ira's being taken, and the empty echo where safety used to be. My sister. We'll find her, the woman said softly. But first, you need to heal. Who are you? The three exchanged glances. The younger man spoke. Friends of your father. He asked us to watch his family if he fell. We missed the attack, but saved you. My father? Hope flared. Is he? The mission went bad, the older man said. Zenith didn't make it back. I'm sorry. In 3 shattered days, everything he'd loved was stripped away. Father, mother, sister, home. Grief and fury collided inside him, knocking the breath from his lungs, leaving only a raw, aching emptiness where his heart belonged. Why? He whispered. Why did they do this? Your father had something they wanted, the woman said. Knowledge. Techniques that only he possessed. When they couldn't get it from him, she didn't finish. Exhaustion pulled at him again. As consciousness faded, Zeno's hand found the silver medallion still hanging around his neck. The 3 watchers settled in for what they knew would be a long vigil. 6 weeks later, Zeno took his first unassisted steps across the small training room. The chest wound had healed into an angry red scar, a permanent reminder of the night his world ended. But he was alive, and finally strong enough to move. Not bad, the older man said. During recovery, Zeno learned his rescuers' code names, Stone, Shadow, and Rose. Your balance is still off, Stone continued. The wound changed how you carry yourself. What do I do now? Zeno asked. Shadow looked up from the maps he'd been studying. What do you want to do? I want to find my sister. We figured, Stone said. But you're not ready for that kind of mission, not even close. Then teach me. Zeno's silver eyes flashed with determination. Rose closed her book with a decisive snap, the sound somehow carrying authority in the small room. Your father's techniques were just one part of what you'll need. The people who took Iris aren't ordinary criminals. If you're going to have any hope of getting her back, you'll need to be a professional too. Combat skills, stealth techniques, information gathering, survival training. Shadow listed with a rhythmic cadence, tapping his fingers lightly on the table as if each tap cemented the importance of the skill. Your father taught you to fight, but did he teach you how to disappear in a crowd? How to extract information from unwilling sources? Stone crossed his arms, his expression firm. Understand this. What we're going to teach you isn't a game. These are skills for killing and surviving in a world that wants to kill you back. Once you start down this path, there's no going back to being the innocent kid who played in his father's training yard. Endure, Zeno. Resilience is key. I can't go back anyway, Zeno said quietly. That boy died with his family. The 3 exchanged looks. All right, Rose said. Each of us has different skills. Stone will teach you combat and survival. Shadow will handle stealth and tracking. I'll cover people's skills and information gathering. How long will it take? As long as it takes, Stone said. Could be months, could be years. Zeno thought of Iris somewhere out there, probably believing he was dead. He thought of his parents and the techniques his father had died trying to protect. I'll go as far as I need to, he said. Shadow nodded approvingly. Good answer. We start tomorrow at dawn. Dawn came too early. Zeno woke to find Stone already in the training room, stretching with methodical precision. You're late, Stone said without looking up. Zeno glanced at the window. The sun was barely touching the horizon. It's barely dawn. Dawn means when the sun starts rising, not when it's fully up. First lesson, warriors don't get to sleep in. Stone gestured to the center of the room. Hit me. Show me what your father taught you. Zeno moved forward, executing a pressure point strike towards Stone's wrist. Stone's hand moved casually, deflecting it and sending Zeno stumbling backward with a light tap. Again. 3 more attempts, 3 more failures. Your father taught you the pressure points, Stone said. That's good. Precision is valuable, but you're telegraphing every move, and you have no idea what to do when someone defends against you. His expression softened slightly. Your father taught you how to win clean fights. I'm going to teach you how to survive dirty ones. For the next hour, Stone put him through drills that had nothing to do with pressure points. Defense against larger opponents. How to fall without getting hurt. How to create distance when overwhelmed. By breakfast, Zeno was covered in sweat and sporting new bruises. How'd he do? Rose asked as they sat down to eat. He's got good instincts, Stone said, but he fights like someone who's never had to really hurt anyone. That's going to have to change. Not today, though, Shadow said from his corner. This afternoon, the boy comes with me. After breakfast, Shadow led Zeno outside for the first time since he'd arrived unconscious. They were in a clearing surrounded by dense forest, remote and deliberately hard to find. Stealth isn't about being invisible, Shadow said. It's about being unremarkable. Watch. He began walking, and suddenly something changed. Zeno's eyes wanted to slide off him, to focus on anything else. How did you do that? Posture, rhythm, deliberate mediocrity. I simply move in the most forgettable way possible. Shadow stopped, and the effect vanished. But first, you need to learn how to move quietly. He gestured to the forest floor. Walk to that tree. I'll tell you every sound you make. Zeno took 5 steps before Shadow raised a hand. 3 snapped twigs, 2 rustled leaves, 1 scuff against a stone. In a forest where enemies are hunting you, you're dead. The afternoon passed with Shadow teaching him to move through terrain without leaving obvious signs. By evening, both Stone and Shadow declared him too exhausted for more training. Rose smiled at him across the dinner table. My turn tomorrow. And I promise my lessons will be less physically painful. What will you teach me? How to make people tell you what you want to know without realizing they're doing it. How to lie convincingly. How to read someone's true intentions beneath their words. Her smile widened. The most important skills for someone planning to infiltrate dangerous places. That night, Zeno lay in bed touching the scar across his chest. The memory of his father's voice was already fading, but his resolve was growing stronger. Somewhere out there, his sister needed him, and he would become whatever he had to become to find her. Dawn would come early again, but he was ready.